I'm Hulk Hogan, the greatest wrestler of all time.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
A spaceman, huh?
No, actually, I'm a plumber.
New World Order.
Honestly, I can't go anywhere without getting a boner.
How you doing?
I live my life.
Woo!
The Rock says,
Sweet baby Jesus in the office.
Well, everyone. This is Jonathan, your humble slave. I am with my partner, Benoit, aka Nostradamus. Ben, how are you doing, my friend?
Fine, and you?
Yes. Really good, everyone. So tonight, this is our first episode of season 3, and we have a special guest because many weeks ago we were talking about a special ECW edition podcast, and we have none other than the homicidal, genocidal, suicidal Mr. Sabu. Give me just one second. I will share my
Thank you.
yes, sir.
I got Super Junior on my shoulder.
Yeah. How you doing, my friend, today?
I'm doing a little better today.
Yeah.
Each day.
Thank you to join us.
Yes. So, we know that you are very busy with a lot of things. We're talking about meet and greet this week and stuff like that. So we go forward with some question. How long was your seminar for finally becoming a pro wrestler?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you that good.
Okay, no problem. So, how long was your seminar for finally becoming a pro wrestler?
What wanted me to be a pro wrestler?
Yeah.
I watched my uncle growing up.
Yes,
Since
exactly.
I was like 3 years old. I watched my uncle on TV.
Okay.
When I was about 3 years old on TV, I knew that's what I wanted to do. Like I always did. Ever since I was 3 years old, I was preparing myself for when I turned 18 to be a wrestler.
Okay. And
Initially, you trained to become a technical wrestler. Why are you becoming a hardcore wrestler?
I don't know. It was just natural. When I became a hardcore wrestler, there was no hardcore wrestlers. They're called brawlers, like kick and punchers. And my uncle was a hardcore wrestler. But I just took it to another level. There was no decision. It just happened. I didn't plan on it. And nobody told me to do it. I just did it.
yeah. And what is your inspiration for high flying move? Because as you said, your uncle was a technical and more a brawler than an high flyer wrestler.
Yeah, he was a brawler, and I was considered a brawler at first. Like the dirt sheets, like Wrestling Observer, they rated me like number 3 in the bruiser brawler category. Like the
Okay.
there was one.
Okay, that's very targeted. Okay.
Back then, hardcore wrestling was kicking and punching, not flying around, not breaking stuff, not really going crazy. It was very controlled chaos, but it wasn't chaos. It just looked like chaos. But my uncle, he invented it sort of by breaking the rules and getting away with it. And when he was doing it when he started back in the 50s and 60s, they didn't want him to do that. They only let him do it, nobody else, which was great because it made him very special.
Yeah, that's cool.
Now they have hardcore shows. They have hardcore matches on every show, and it's kind of watered down. It's not as good as it used to be. It's not as exciting as it used to be.
Okay. And
your first tour, Mr. Sabu, was in Japan for FMW, Frontier Martial Arts Wrestling in Japan, of course. Yeah. Can you talk about your experience with barbed wire match? Sorry, barbed wire matches, Onita, Hayabusa, fire death matches, and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, my very first was to Japan in 1991.
Okay.
November of 1991. Onita called my uncle and said, "Do you want to come over for a tag team tournament?" My uncle said, "Sure." I had to bring my nephew, and Onita said, "Bring anybody you want. He's just going to do the job anyways." And my uncle said, "Okay, whatever." So we get over there, and before my first match, I wrestled like everybody else. You know, regular lock up, headlock, you know, take over, hip toss, regular stuff. Kick, you know, only regular stuff. First match stuff.
Okay.
And my uncle goes, I go, "What am I going to do tonight? What do you want me to do? Like, what do you want me to do different?" Because I want you to do that stuff you do in the backyard. You think I'm not watching you. I don't know if you know what that means. It means I was doing some crazy stuff, but I thought he wasn't watching me. So he said, "Now act like I'm not watching you and do that stuff now." And I said, "Okay." So I did, and I got over, and the rest was history. So you know, that's where my hardcore style came from. Was me playing around in the backyard for my uncle to stop playing and do it for real in the ring. And I did, and it worked. It was amazing.
And how many barbed wire matches do you realize in your career, you think?
How many matches I had through my career?
In a barbed wire match in your career?
Barbed wire match. I had about, I say 75, but there's only about 35 on record.
Oh, shit, man. 75.
I really didn't like doing them. My first barbed wire match was in 92.
Okay.
February 92, I think it was. And I tried real hard, and I got cut up real bad. But I thought I was never going to have another one. Or if I was going to have another barbed wire match, it's going to be a long time from now. But I did that barbed wire match, and then 2 months later, I had another barbed wire match. I had 2 of them. And then a couple months later, I had 16 of them. I go, "Why did I got 16 barbed wire matches?" They go, "You love barbed wire." I go, "No, I don't. I was just working hard at whatever I was faced with. I don't like it. I was just trying hard." They misread that as me liking it. So they put me in, you know, about 35 to 75 barbed wire matches. I disagreed with it.
Well, there is a rumor. I don't know if it's true or false, but your scars have been stuck with glue. Is it true or not?
I don't know. I don't know.
During your first run in ECW from 1993 to 1995, you defeated Shane Douglas in October 1993 for the ECW title. How did you feel when you became the ECW champion at your second match?
It was pretty cool because it was my second match. My first match was there against Taz.
Yeah,
that was my best match I ever had. I think it was me versus Taz, the very first ECW match in '93.
Yes, I remember that you are strapped on a
yes.
with a.
I was wearing I had an electric mask, but I was wearing blue pants. That's how I remember it.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's my favorite match. That's the most memorable match. But the next one was against Shane Douglas, where I beat him real quick for the ECW title, which I was a little disappointed with because I wanted a longer match. I wanted a 35 or 45-minute match with Shane because I knew he could go. But they had me beat him in like 2 minutes, and that's what he wanted, so I did it. But that was cool. It was quite an honor.
Okay. In 1994, Chris Benoit accidentally injured your neck at ECW, November to Remember. Did you think that your wrestling career was over at this moment?
No. I didn't even think the match was over, but it was. I couldn't continue the match because I was hurting so bad.
I imagine.
No, it didn't phase me that much. They had convinced me to go to the hospital because I didn't want to go. And then when I was at the hospital, they said, you have a actual broken neck.
Okay.
And we have to take you for a halo, and you're not going nowhere. You're not going to wrestle no more either. I said, okay. So when they left the room, my referee helped me leave, and I just left.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually had 2 weeks off, and then I went to Japan. And I went to Japan wearing a neck brace every night wrestling. I did 5-week tour of FMW and 1-week tour of New Japan. I did 6 weeks altogether, and with a broken neck.
Okay, so that's why you have a lot of match that I have in my basement. You wrapping your head with tape.
That's my job.
Yeah, that's your job. Wow.
I first started with my neck. I used to, because if you got a broken neck and I'm wrestling with that, I want people to appreciate that I'm wrestling with a broken neck, or I can paralyze at any moment. So I wore that neck brace to remind them of that. So same when I broke my jaw. When I broke my jaw weeks later, it was still broken.
Mm-hmm.
So I tape it up every night, reminding the people my jaw is still broken. So I'm wrestling under extreme circumstance.
Wow. And as you said, in 1997, you wrestled with Taz. So what is your best moment with him?
with Taz.
Well, yeah, with
I
Taz.
told you, my first match with Taz.
Yeah.
My first match in ECW was my best moment with him.
Okay.
My best match with him. The one that set the pace for the 90s. After I did that set the pace.
Okay, go ahead, my friend.
Okay. In 1997, a couple of ECW talents invaded the WWF, now known as WWE, universe.
Right.
Do you consider this moment as a fake or not?
Probably or not. I didn't like it. It shouldn't have happened because, I don't know, Vince didn't take us serious, and we were doing good on our own without them.
Okay.
I thought we were.
Yeah. Your match in
The thing is, hold on. What I like
Go ahead.
I like making my own thing because I'm more proud of when I make my own thing
Yeah.
than when I'm doing somebody else's thing.
Yeah. And your match
But
in
I will do something else.
1998 in 8-weight for us is one of the greatest matches in ECW history. The match was included a U and RVD against Hayabusa and Shinzei Suzuki, known as Akushi. What was your reaction when you saw the match after your performance?
I enjoyed it because Hayabusa I helped train back in Japan years before that.
Okay.
Back before he was Hayabusa, when he was Izaki, Mr. Izaki. I helped him break into business. So when I got to wrestle him in the main event and Heatwave, it was awesome. And how good he is, I knew that. I knew how good he was.
And that was
I knew how
awesome.
good Shinzaki was. I knew, they're both great. That's why I had picked those guys for that match. There was no angle. There was no reason other than a good match. So I picked those guys myself.
But have you prepared something before the match, or you call all on the mat?
No, we prepared a little bit.
Okay.
Like I had Akushi and Hayabusa fly into Michigan, and I drove them to Ohio on my motorhome. I had a tour bus, and they flew to my house, and I drove them down there. So while we're driving down there, we kind of talked a little bit, did a little bit, and then we planned a lot of it. And some of it was caught by ear, but they didn't speak English, and we don't speak Japanese.
Okay.
I speak Japanese, but not very good. But they don't speak any English at the time. Now they do. So
Yes,
it's hard to communicate in the ring with them.
Okay.
But if you're a good wrestler, if you get two good wrestlers, you don't have to communicate.
Yeah, because that's in universal languages for every person. When you call a clothesline, that's a clothesline.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. Well, in Japan they call it a lariato.
Okay.
Lariat,
Okay.
which is Stan Hansen's clothesline.
Yeah.
Okay. In the early 2000s, ECW was acquired by WWE. What is your opinion about this transaction?
I didn't like it, but and Paul didn't tell us what was going on back in when I quit. He didn't tell me he was in works with Vince and had money. He didn't tell me that. He just said, "There's no money," and fuck you, there's no money. I can't pay if there's no money. So I tried to leave, and then he stopped me.
Okay.
Going to WCW.
Wow.
But anyways, it's something for everyone all around.
Yeah, because
Not just me, it's something for everybody.
Oh.
Hold on one second. I gotta get some coffee.
no problem. No
I
problem.
got it.
All right. Oh yeah. Pretty cool. We have a blooper here.
No, it's all right.
It's all right. Well,
Drink coffee, smoke pot.
yeah. In 2000, ECW was acquired. The ECW have been transformed by WWE after this, and honestly, between you and me, that wasn't not the same after Vince McMahon touch.
It was a flop.
Yeah, it was a flop, honestly.
No. I don't consider the rebirth of ECW as really being ECW. Like Christian Cage, I think his name's Christian. Yeah, Christian. He goes. When he was ECW champion, I laughed because he was never ECW champion. He was a WWE champion. That makes it's a bit different.
Yeah.
And when Tess and Mike Cox would say ECW, I'd laugh because I go, "This is not ECW. This is a joke." It's WWE with three letters.
Yeah, and he tried to reproduce some older match, such as Masato Tanaka versus Mike Awesome.
One Night Stand 2005.
Yes, but the match is really good, but not like the first match in the ECW arena with the goddamn ECW extreme fans. That the reaction is not the same, and that's very different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was different. Even though the crowds were bigger, a little bigger and better, they were different fans.
Yeah,
and we couldn't do what we wanted to do. They knew we were not doing what we were best at. We would do a house show, and people would chant all night long, break table, Sabu, Sabu, RVD, RVD, all night long. And then when me and Brunk come out, we don't break a table, they wouldn't let us. They think we're being lazy. And it wasn't, we were dying to do it. They wouldn't let us do it. They actually took the tables from ringside away, so I couldn't break them.
Yes.
So, let alone put them under the ring. They took them away, so I couldn't break them. And I couldn't break them even in my hometown. We wrestled in Michigan, in Detroit, and I couldn't break a table. They wouldn't let me. And I begged them. I said, please, let me break a table. They wouldn't let me do it. I said, no, that's for somebody else.
Yes. And and as usual, Nostradamus Ben predict your future. Ben will finish the interview, so go ahead, my friend.
We predict you a WWE Hall of Fame induction.
Why not?
And maybe by your former partner RVD.
Well, with Vince McMahon going to prison, I would take it. Because now it's becoming more honorable. Before it wasn't, now it is, and I need the payoff, so I'll do it for the payoff. My uncle would tell me, take his money, don't worry about the fucking honor. But I'll take the money.
Yeah, and
I'm sorry if I talk bad about that.
No.
Hall of Fame. I'm sorry.
We understood, and
I won't do it no more.
and as I said in a couple of episode, and I repeat all of this: when you are not, this is a politic business, and if you are not with the right person, and you don't talk with the right person, and you don't lick person, that's it.
You're exactly right.
Yeah.
Right.
So thank you so much, Mr. Sabu, for your time and accepting our invitation for this wonderful ECW wrestling podcast. This is an honor and privilege. Thank you so much, my friend.
You are my favorite wrestler in ECW, the original ECW.
Yes.
You are my favorite wrestler.
Yes. Says thank you very much, and so do I.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys know, but she died about a year ago.
Yeah, we know it.
23rd, and it was a big hole in my life. It is a big hole in my life for us that night.
Yes, and when we talk about, we know that that this is from your bottom of your heart. So yes, take care, my friend, and I hope that we can shake your hands one time. So take care and have a good one, my friend.
Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye, Mr. Sabu.
Cheers.
Bye.